Yeah, baby.
Rip out the seats.
You know you're young, I guess. Yeah, baby.
Rip out the seats.
You know you're young, I guess.
Hey, Jim. Hey, everybody. You know, I'm taking the truck out for a drive today, and it seems like I just drove it. But look at this. There is a big spider web. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big spider web. I just drove this car. Oh, and for those of you with spider issues, this is giving you the creeps, I'm sure. The darn Porsche, I had somehow unplugged the battery charger, so it wasn't charged up enough to start. It was just charged up enough to set off the alarm. Sorry, neighborhood. So today, in honor of $5 a gallon gasoline here in California, I'm driving the big old Ford V10 four-wheel drive truck. I'm going to need to make this thing a special project of mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you something, all right? I decided to make you a special project of mine. You ain't gonna have to come look for me at all.
This thing has 125,880 miles on it. It's a 1999. It's got the nice solid front axle with leaf springs, so got a lot of good articulation when you go off-road, but it sure rides crappy. It's very choppy and bouncy, but it's real good off-road. So I should do something about this truck soon. It's going to be another project. I have lots of them. You know, if you do the math, it doesn't make much sense to drive this truck. I think it gets about maybe, let's say, 10 miles to the gallon. More like 8. But for this discussion, we'll say 10 miles to the gallon. So, 10 miles to the gallon, $5 per gallon. What does that work out to? Let's see, carry the 5, crap, that's like 50 cents a mile just for gas. Whew. And that doesn't account for tires, anything else, so it costs a lot per mile to drive this silly thing. I hope you're enjoying it. I know I am. Yeah, it doesn't ride very well. Jumping, bouncing around. Come on, who wouldn't pay 50 cents a mile to drive this incredible beast? I know, I certainly would. Back to the project at hand here. So this is the interior, lovely as it is. I'm gonna vacuum it. Maybe I won't, you know, it's probably okay. Just kidding. Of course I'm gonna vacuum it. Oh, look at that. Holy crap. I'm gonna have to frame this. It's the first dime I made on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Couldn't have done it without you. All right, I'm going to start vacuuming this thing. This looks pretty good considering where we started. Oh, it's still right here. This is where we started. I'll come over here and do this one in a minute. But that looks pretty good. Next, I'm going to actually use some carpet shampoo. I'm going to use this kind of stuff only because that's what I happen to have here. And why not use what I have on hand? I'm going to spray this and then work it in with a soft brush to loosen up anything, and then rinse it a little bit and dry vac it out. I'm not going to use a lot of moisture. I don't want water going through underneath to all of these electronics under here. So this isn't like flooding it like crazy. It's going to be just, spritzing a little and then using the vacuum again to suction out any of the dampness. Clear water for rinsing. A nice tool for really working into the carpet fiber, and it brings up a lot of the stuff that's stuck really down deep. And it came with a vacuum cleaner, I think. It says it's a Eureka. And then on this side it says it's a filter brush. And it works really good if you just work it in a circle here. This side is starting to look pretty good. Unfortunately, someone dropped something here and it burned. Probably, well, I don't want to speculate on what was there, but the rest of it looks good. Now I just need to do the other side. As much as I know you really wanted to see me vacuuming the car, I just went ahead and did it off camera. Let's look at these seats again. Our lovely seats. So what I've done is I've completely cleaned the one on this side here, this one, and this one is still as it came out of the car. So I'm going to go in close, and with the naked eye, it's painfully obvious the improvement on this one. These looked the same before. I didn't get a good before shot, but I can sure see it. I hope you can. And that's just cleaning, and then one good hard treatment of rejuvenator. This is nothing. So yeah, I'm going to treat this again and make this one catch up with this one, and then we're going to address the elephant in the room. Insider's secrets that'll flip your lid. It's all about controlling the moisture as far as I'm concerned. I like to use one of these guys. I've already pre-treated this on both sides a little bit with this proper leather cleaner that's the correct pH and blah blah blah. You should use the right kind of leather cleaner. And then what I like to do is I use a spray bottle with some clear, and you know what, lots of people are going to yell and scream, but I like to do that. And then when you start to scrub until you start getting some bubbles like that. And you'll even see, you might not be able to here, but you should be able to see that there's even, some off color on this from the dirt coming up. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this camera down, and my phone, I'm going to put my phone down, and I'm going to go ahead and do that across the back of this second seat, all the way real good with both hands. And then again, the key is as I go through and scrub, I'm going to keep coming back through and spraying it with this. And I'm not going to crazily saturate it. I just don't want it to dry. That's the real point. I'm going to keep scrub, 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 and that's why I've got down here covered with a towel. I've already done down here. And so up here now, I don't want to get moisture down here. So I'm going to keep scrubbing on this, and I'm never going to let it dry out. And then once I've scrubbed it enough, okay, I've scrubbed it all real good. And now I'm keeping it damp and I'm never letting it completely dry. And now I'm going to use this towel, and don't use your wife's good towels. I like to usually cut a big chunk out of the ones I'm using. That way I don't end up mistakenly drying my face off the next morning with the towel I used. Someone puts it back in the laundry. Anyway, I like to cut them up. And this one, I probably didn't. So, don't let it get dry. Now, I've wiped it all completely off. I'm going to go get a different towel. And then I'm going to spray it down again. Clear water. Yeah. And then I'm going to wipe it off with another clean towel. Then I'm going to let it dry. To prepare, I'm going to go ahead and try to work a little extra rejuvenator in here. You want to pay special attention to the crack here. You want to work in a lot of this lubrication, and then hope that when it comes time to pull the cord here, that it will stretch enough to completely close. And then I'm going to also rub all of this in all back here and over here, and hopefully that will free up a little bit of extra, so when I start tugging on the thread here, it will be able to close. Leather restoration, it's all about hydration. Wow, that thing was really wet. Whew. Okay. And here you could see where the seat on this side now looks like the seat on this side, because they've both been cleaned and they have both been moisturized. So now we have all of this stuff looking fairly good. I'll probably still do a little more to make this look better. Well, you know, time flies when you're having so much fun. Gonna have to call this one quits. I'm going to sew this up tomorrow, with any luck at all. Thanks for watching.